Gaiwa gibabikan pemabulu na iruan labia. Apesa mo di pa moni o atano sa Binolsen. Kasap dulu sabon di ya, blue. Sabon feda blo wan do perako. Begini ini miaskin untuk ini nama. Inosi Indonesia kanu talonya. Dosi kanu bisa pendekas dunia bahwa Cina lo bisa tegas. Ini memang betul ya. Kalau sudah lo ya, itu sudah untuk lo dia. Silang kita sama lama ya.
Macam mana siapa? Tidak sidang. Commander yang kesempat.
Ya milukim lo ya sama girls, boys, sana grup beliau boys mengenal lain berada. Jadi lain ya.
Right on page 5, it's introducing this fella Kiokit. Paragraph 1 lo dia especially telling something about this Kiokit, to give him chance for all the students, especially belong Kalaka, primary, community, and also TVET, for all get to learn actively. Now, every teacher survey that we have teacher or student or child-centered teaching and learning. Now with the Kiokit in front of you here, it should encourage student-centered learning. And also, this Kiokit where you got them in front of you here has 40 tablets. These tablets are only connected to this box here. And also one server here. Have no more every information stuff inside. And if you go out of 100 meters, by you had for accessing anything we have established. So there is a computer here where you own your tablet, then a blinking come back later. These tablets, according to the design, have a little bit strong enough for fold down and have no break, and even with the water behind a little bit hard for going. The box itself too, as you look in can, a little bit tough here. I got designed in a way where if you move them around, like you move them around by whatever, but by still okay. So the tablet plus the box am strong enough for withstanding, especially anything to do with them fall down and whatever, but I'm still okay. With the introduction of this Kiokit, it is not a replacement of how we teach. It is something for you using, for helping you how to teach and even help all our students to learn better. Yeah? It is assisting how you may do doing things. And especially for our kids, if things go well, we will have all the curriculum materials inside. All the teachers' resources, prime staff will teach us, and all the students' resources, same staff will teach. From the point of view belong this for a project, it is ICT for teaching and learning, and ICT for helping the education. This for a project, then help them. You mean for survey better. Content when stay in the box here. If you may put them hard material, by room here full here. Okay, you just look at the box. Volume length. Everything inside, as long as you turn on this box. Then from where you are, you survey. Yeah, access it. What not stuff inside. Rifle sets, whatever. Them stuff inside. So with the soft resources we have contained inside, him should make them Kalaka gather more resources. Long Central Province, winning any other schools, Long Central Province. Especially the library thing, yeah? Like, you usually look at the library as place to any kind of book. For Kalaka, no more. The library will be this one. Yeah? You can look at the volume. So that is one good thing about this Kiokit. Also, the success of Kalaka plus the other 4 schools. I'm helping few fellow where no more yet, or schools where no more yet, for him to garden. So Kalaka principal was in the lesson outside, plus the community. Is look after them good, use him good, and me fellow select I come for monitoring, how now it looks like, and then report them. If it go well, then schools where you know garden. The Central Province, but garden or something like this. Anything whereby we call a little bit skipping, but this fella copy you garden, it's all about this one. Yeah? Because you have reading this type of understanding, or if not, by you have doing, then we follow go. But before you call me, especially principal, try for read through the document. So I say no more inside, okay, you call me. Oh, how na something. So I say too technical, then Agustin na sa.
Now we are now in page 10, yeah, Lomano. Page 10. Then, orange button here, yeah. Los side here, imigarem, okota, buttons, yeah. Where at the bottom lo there hem say number 1 yeah. Hem lo here, hem for volume, yeah. Can you see that? Okay, number 2, hem lo power button hem na by you on him and you off him. You use that orange button to turn on and to turn off the tablet. Are you with me? Yes. Okay, number 3. Look at number 3. Number 3 hem for what? Headphone jack. Hem na lo here. Headphone lo here. You taken this alafatia. You sabe pushungo, yeah? For now, earphone, yeah. Last one, number 4, micro USB port. Hem na by open him lo here. Can you see that? Yeah. Hem lo front at your left side. For charging mobile, hem lo where? Hem go back lo Kiokit box. Okay, you on you. Hold the orange button. Time you on it, by you got him na one fala part where arrow come back here. Can you see that? If you go Lonara Pala page, and if you want to go back to the previous page, you click in that one. Then the top lo there, can you see that? Yeah. You sabi using that one, you sabi pressing for you go straight longo, face page longo, tablet yeah. Where you sabi go in lo 3 fala icons yeah. What are those icons? Tell me. Very good. Very good. Yeah. And then at the top there, employee teacher where some activity lo there by our specialist, ICT specialist, by having come for explaining later. Okay, let's look at learn. Remember all these icons here, you must have accessing information. You must have accessing videos too, yeah? About 3,000 videos. That's enough for teacher and students, yeah? For help them learning and teaching, yeah? And this one is very helpful to you as a teacher, yeah? You find them additional information, yeah? Apart from the textbook. So for supporting, but not a textbooks. Yeah? And don't forget, curriculum lo you shift yeah, from objective to outcome based, which is learner centered or student centered. Let me highlight him the introduction block training manual blow. Am I right? Yeah, where students actually hold one on a tablet and have actually look at the information or videos or whatever that contain inside the tablet. Am I right? So I'm promoting to this like shift of curriculum where we call it learner centered curriculum or OBE, outcome based education.
If you like for students follow you have to go broadcast. When meaning you have to go out little bit, the teacher icon there, whereby you need for you go in, you need a password. Before you start go broadcast. And that for password doesn't tell students should not serve it. But this time you're doing what you can do. Selera ya.